When I was a kid, I hated cleaning my room, and I never understood, why do I have to clean my room? I never got it until, of course, I played Minecraft, and I never cleaned my room, as in my base. I want to make eye contact for this discussion. And, I slowly realized, having a clean space is the key to an efficient environment, and as you can see, this is one example of a chest monster, as Good Times with Scar would say, that we currently have. And I think to start this episode off, we need to just do a deep clean. So that's starting with the brand new treasure room that we recently constructed in the previous episode. So let's get going. Next, we don't have to travel far to find probably one of the oldest collection of items that we have not cleaned up. And that's from literally the beginnings of this section of our base. There's tons of items here to sort through. Wow. Okay. Yeah, let's get going on this. And of course, recent projects are not excluded from this. How about the run out of inventory space? Because of course, this recent project down here has created not one, but two messes we gotta clean up now. So let's keep going. And of course, I ran out of space. So we're gonna do what any decent person does. I guess we're losing that hopper. And we're just gonna, go ahead and place some hoppers down and start sending this into the storage stuff. I have to AFK this overnight, to be honest. There's going to be a lot, I mean a lot of these guys to go through. And the next one is actually right next to our storage system. This is the next mess. And yes, I am going to go through every single mess, just so you guys understand the scale of what is occurring right now. And the next one is over in the villager area. We're actually leaving these shulkers because we use those actively to trade. Also, when I find of my shulker boxes, I do try to actively, kind of clean them out like this, kind of organize the interior of them. And yeah, if I find stuff like a grindstone, I know I don't have that in my utility box, I can easily go ahead and place it in there. So yeah, this is the next mess to gather. And I believe the last couple areas is probably just over here. We got one couple right here, and then we got another bigger one over there we got to clean up over in the industrial district with this massive skyscraper, which is looking pretty nice, if I must say. Pat on the back to me. That's all I gotta say. Alright. No more being a, bragger. Oh, good lord. There it is. We finished. Got everything. Oh, man. That is a lot of stuff. But the good thing is we recovered plenty of shulker boxes. I mean, this is a ton of shulker boxes, guys. Also, we've organized, all of our shulker boxes and things are looking a lot more organized these days. Also, I gotta figure out, I didn't, sort everything. I left some of the treasures down there since I'm not gonna put all that stuff into the miscellaneous storage and lose it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's important to note. But these are all the empty shulker boxes we got just from finding all that. And these are all the shulker boxes that had stuff in it. So, yeah, this is gonna take years. Yeah, that's probably the way it's gonna be. Alright. Next step on the cleaning mission is I want to condense all of our bulk goods down into shulker boxes so we have plenty of space to do it, because also I believe at some point before episode 50 we are going to be replacing this with a special type of storage system that will put all of this stuff in the shulker boxes automatically. So yeah, that basically means we gotta get going on this. Damn, that took way longer than I thought it would, but take a look at this. Look how much stone we got, guys. I mean, we're gonna be at a full double chest of. And I take in mind, I don't mind. Like this is all the stuff I've just mined, and then I've also used several shulkers, probably of smooth stone as well. It's a crazy amount of stuff right here. Same goes with cobble. Obviously, these are a little less, and then dirt, grass. Similar of netherrack. We don't even keep that stuff anymore, though. But yeah, so this has all been sorting away while I've been in the background doing that. And we got one more task to do. So as you guys know, I corrupted my world, unfortunately. Just realized there should be an ender chest right here. By opening this world in the 1.17 snapshot, actually in my base. And when I did that, every single entity disappeared. So I did restore some of it. In creative, I took 2 hours to trap a creeper for Lintex. I was like, okay, world corruption issue, I'm just going to respawn that creeper in, to be fully transparent. And then, however, all the item frames disappeared, and, to punish myself for my mistake, I am going to go through and, replace all of those item frames back again, because I feel like we got to pay somehow, and that will be our retribution, even though I've done that all before. So we're going to do that, and I think at that point we should almost be done with cleaning. Alright, all the item frames are back. The spots that have like an item frame and an item frame just signify that that is actually a free space. This is one of them as well, that I accidentally deleted. So I have a lot of these across the map. I actually have some more spaces. I did remove some things. I had literally one of those items. So after half the season, I'm assuming, you know, we're probably not going to get those. These are things we'll probably will have at some point. For example, next to Kelpis cactus, like we're probably going to get some cactus into this thing at some point. So that's kind of just holding off until then. Yeah, but like this right here is a jack-o'-lantern, which we're just kind of holding off until we can get the jack-o'-lantern sorted. I know I have a couple shulkers to sort, so it should be good. It should be good. So I think that concludes the cleaning up. I'm actually going to go AFK overnight. I'll drop all these items off within the sorting arena, besides the stick that will mess things up, of course. And yeah, so I'm going to box myself up in a cage, and hopefully by the time I wake up in the morning, this stuff has sorted all through. At least that's the goal, right? Let's pick up some stone from here, and we will go to bed, and then we'll start the project for this episode when you see me next, which will be, I don't know yet, to be honest, but it will be in the title of the video, and I will say it in exactly probably 24 hours for me, but a split second for you. And it's now the next day, and it's about 24 hours since the last clip, and I was like, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing. And the answer is, I think we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping. I have none of my armor on. Because, yeah, there's a lot of little tasks I want to finish up that, you know, we do have a lot of projects to finish before episode 50, but a lot of them are kind of tiny at this point. So, for example, we got to finish up the skyscraper, but that's not enough work to dedicate an entire episode to. We got to build another crystal as well as extend all these towers down, but that's not enough for one episode either. We got all this terraforming, which is definitely enough for one episode. That'd be a boring episode, so we're going to do a lot of that on live streams, but also probably some today. But yeah, I think we're just going to do a bunch of little tasks, finish up a lot of projects, so we can kind of figure out what we want to do. I think the first things first. Dang, I can survive a far fall on here. Is clean up these shulker boxes, and let's also make a list of some of the finishing tasks we got to do before episode 50 that we definitely know of. In a book, of course, just like Azumovoid did in his recent episodes. Alright, shulkers are cleaned up, as you guys can see over here. Looking very, very nice. And we've created our lectern, which has our list of things to do. So, we got to finish the terraforming around the base. So, obviously that wall is ugly. We want it to look not like this, but more like that, and then with, of course, the grass actually finalized, which will be hard, but not as hard as it looks, I think, because that wasn't too bad, and already that looks a lot better in this incomplete, destroyed state. Of course, we gotta add the 4th crystal over there. We also have to finalize the nether area. For now, of course. We're gonna add more stuff down there, of course, after episode 50. I have some big plans I'm excited to show you guys. Gotta finish the skyscraper. Completely exterior, interior, all of it. I want to add a shulker box, loaders to the storage. We're going to find a new design for that. We got to go shulker hunting to get some more shulker boxes, probably. We'll do that on a stream, though. And then we got to find a blast protection villager. So, out of all of these things that we have to do, I think the best place to start is probably... what do we want to do? The crystal. Because I just realized that is the one mess I didn't clean up, is all of my crystal materials. So, let's get going on the 4th and final crystal. Hope you guys enjoyed that short little time lapse of me building up this crystal. Obviously, we still gotta do a couple more things over on this side of the base before we can call this thing quote-unquote done, and that is, first and foremost, fill this guy with water. As you guys know, yeah, we gotta fill this boy up with some water, and then, which is a pain, and then, of course, I'm actually gonna break this glass that's kind of in the way to begin with. And then, of course, after that, we have to go ahead and, yeah, build a tower below it. So, I think what we're gonna actually do is probably put in the water first, and we'll see how it looks after that. Because, you know, I mean, right now, it's definitely cool. Like, we can look at the base for the first time with 4 crystals in place, but as you can see, once we have all the lights and the water in there, definitely looks hell of a lot better. So, we definitely gotta get that done. So, I'll try to get the water in. Also, I'll get the end rods, so that guy doesn't destroy our progress. And yeah, it should be pretty amazing. Just like that, if we take a look, yeah, it's looking pretty good. The base is coming together. Obviously, still gotta add the tower, and I think that's gonna make it look even more amazing. But holy crap, guys, the 4 crystals are in. Wow. This is a pretty awesome base, I'm not gonna lie. I really like... Oh man, it's so cool to see this stuff done. But yeah, as you can see, I've put in the sea pickles in the bottom part, end rods on the top, put in the water. All good. I guess what we should do now is start working on this tower. These towers are pretty easy to construct, not gonna lie. We have to figure out, besides the tower and extending them down, we gotta figure out a way to integrate the base into the glass. So I'll have to do a little bit of the designing for that, but that should be pretty easy. Very small area, so the design process shouldn't be too difficult. That's the goal, but I am just Buzz Lightyear, so who knows? I really gotta change my skin, don't I? Alright. It's actually the next day. You know, I had some... went out with my friends, you know, hung out at my friend's house for a little bit with a couple of my friends. Obviously COVID safe, I can't not wait to get the vaccine. But I have finished up the tower on this side, and it's actually now technically the only complete one since these guys aren't extended down yet. So if you take a look at this, this is looking very, very cool. The whole base is looking very, very cool. So now what we're going to go through is, yeah, we're going to extend these towers down. I mean, these 2 are already almost there. This one will take a little bit more work, but overall, it should be pretty fast. So, yeah, let's crank that out. One thing I am going to do is, if you look, that doesn't line up, and as it turns out, it's like an even number of blocks, so it actually will perfectly line up if we wanted to. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually just going to clear all the end rods on these things in order to kind of, yeah, give us a fresh start and make it even though we're probably never really going to be able to notice that. I just know I have to do it, because now I know it can work out perfectly. We're going to have to make it work out perfectly. So yeah, let's get going. Let's finish these towers up, and we can move on to another task. Alright, and this is looking... okay, this is looking amazing. This honestly can prove the base is having the towers complete. Oh man, every single little thing we do with this thing is just making it look better and... what, incarnation? It's making it look better and better to continue that thought. I mean, once we get the terraforming done and I hide some lights also in the surrounding terrain, oh, it's just going to look glorious. So I think next, let's take a look at our list of things. That was a waste of a rocket, but that's okay. Okay, so let's take our book. We can cross that out. And that is one thing finished. So, looking for, I don't want to do this. Could finalize the nether area. Or we could finish the skyscraper. You know what? I'm feeling... let's do some skyscraper work. Let's switch off from the base for a bit. Go over to the skyscraper and finish that. Alright, so I've set up camp on top of our skyscraper. I figure this is probably closer to where we're working than, like, literally hundreds of blocks down here. Anyhow, if we take a look at what we have to do, so I basically finished these 2 double towers up. The only thing I have yet to do is connect them, it looks like. Yeah, so it looks like I'm wanting to do something here in the middle of them. I think that would look pretty good. So I think we'll connect this up with some stone, probably make it double thick, and then we'll do something in the middle. So yeah, it should look good what they did on the other side, and try to figure out this little piece, this is going to remain open, so only the top will end up, yeah, being filled in with stuff. But I think it should look pretty good. I guess we can try to figure that out. Alright, it's looking good. I opted to do, yeah, straight stone right here. Obviously, I kind of realized, now I'm realizing I don't actually have to fill this in because we're going to have walls right here, but from the underside we'll just have stone. So if we're ever looking at it from the other side, we'll be good. We'll be able to see some stuff. But yeah, this thing's kind of a mob spawner right now though. Yeah. Hopefully we don't, nope. Hopefully we don't die. Hope I can just sleep, which will be good. Okay, we're sleeping. That's fantastic. We will have to come back and light this up with a bunch of lanterns. I'll probably do that in a live stream because it's going to be very tedious and a long process. That'll probably take a good hour. And quite frankly, yeah, you guys don't want to... Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, you guys don't want to see that. I don't think. So... Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh my god, lots of mobs. Okay, well, let's keep working on this thing. I think we're almost done. This should go pretty quick. And then we'll have to figure out the roof and a way to get into the building, which will be at the top, which should be pretty interesting, to say the very least. And then I think we might do some interior work as well, because obviously that looks pretty disgusting down there. Alright guys, I think I came up with something that you should like. So, yeah, basically we have this little window circle thing. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a cool design. We don't really have a lot of circles type stuff in this build. So yeah, looking at it from afar, I mean, there is a lot of brick, but we got to keep in mind we're rarely ever going to see this section of the build, to be honest. So I'm pretty happy with how this looks overall. I think it looks pretty cool. We'll probably put something behind the glass, as we mentioned, at some point in the future. But for now, yeah, let's get working on the roof. Man, oh man, does this thing look cool. And also... it is super tall. So guys, I finished up the roof. I added this little section right here, which is actually where I fly in. I'm thinking we might put nether portals, like right here. I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. We'll have our nether portal up here. But yeah, this thing is looking amazing, to say the very least. So yeah, I added some smokestacks. I added these little like antennas and some redstone torches, which I think should look pretty good at night. You should be able to see that little red dot from pretty far away. But if we go over here and perch decent far away, as you can see, yeah, this thing just looks spectacular. The one thing I will say is I think we could add a bit of a trim of stone around the windows. So I'm going to give that a try and we'll see how that looks. But I think this thing is just, yeah, it's looking amazing. I'm really liking this tower. Yeah, it's just a lot of work went into this thing and it's finally done. Alright, let's take a look at that smooth stone. This is the first time I'm looking at it as well, and oh yeah, we're doing that to the other side as well. Just gotta say, the redstone torches at night, yeah, they look pretty awesome when they're actually rendered in. Not gonna lie. Oh, there's a zombie up there. Sneak into our portal room, which there's also a spider. Oh no. Alrighty, we're back. As you guys can see, I've made some great progress down here on the underside of the storage system. Obviously, looking up, this is just such a nice view. Looking up at our skyscraper. Obviously, we still got a lot of work done to do down here, so I have plans eventually for 2 floors, but the second floor is going to be a massive redstone project. We'll probably actually have it higher up, or we might even eventually add it below this floor. We'll have to decide. Essentially, it's going to be a button selector panel where I'll be able to turn all my farms on and off from the same place, essentially, and that'll be really fun to work on and actually design, because I've never really designed anything like that. And I just also noticed we're missing a column over here. But yeah, we've done some great work on here on the interior, of course, of the base. I haven't decided if we're going to leave this open or not. My guess is probably not. However, I mean, that would look pretty cool to leave in. So we might try to incorporate this. I don't expect to finish this in today's episode, but I think next things next is, I guess we can try adding elevators. I kind of want to think about where I want to put that. So I think we might actually, I'm thinking about this all on the fly. I think I'm going to change my skin. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm too lazy to do that. We're actually going to do some work on the base and try to terraform a little bit more on the outside, just because that's a huge project and we really need to get some more work done on that. After clearing, probably thousands of leaves, thousands of jungle logs, I'm beginning to hate jungle clearing with an absolute passion. I cannot wait to be done terraforming. Oh man, guys, this is just, yeah, not a ton of fun, to say the very least. But we're making progress, and eventually this project inevitably will be complete. It might just take a very, very long. Breaking grass. So much fun. Like, it's not like I have breaking, like, 100,000 of this stuff before. Alright, so I finished clearing out the space to extend the third section of the path here. So we just gotta do that. That should be pretty easy. And I think after we do that, instead of doing the fourth path, I want to try terraforming. So I think we're gonna go to one of the other sides. Maybe even this side, since it's kind of not, like, connected to the unpathed side mountain thing over there. And just give our best shot at, like, terraforming this and seeing what we can do. Obviously, terraforming is outside of my comfort zone, but yeah, I think we can do some work. But let's finish up this path first. We'll worry about that in a few minutes. And just like that, 3/4 of the perimeter path are actually finished. So 1, 2, and yeah, 3. Fantastic. All right, next up, let's try terraforming. Let's like set a goal. Let's try to terraform a little bit of this. I'm gonna put these items in here, not the iron and stuff. We actually got a music disc, so let's make sure we stash that. Put this stuff that gets sorted. I'll grab some dirt and things, I guess. I mean, we got a lot of dirt, so we probably should use a few of these shulkers of dirt. And obviously, we'll have to clear some stuff, but some of it's kind of like probably already good to go, I would guess. So I'll place this dirt down, and I guess let's just start placing blocks and see what happens. And also breaking blocks. We'll have to break some blocks for things like that. Okay, so I've been placing blocks, for a few minutes now, and it's going pretty well. So, obviously, like, it's still, like, all dirt. But, I mean, shape-wise, I'm pretty happy with what we've done here so far. Yeah, we definitely want to, like, light up little areas like this. So I'll probably have to go back and honestly use spectator mode to kind of figure out where those are. But regardless, if I kind of just fly away from this, and as I add a few more blocks, that looks pretty good. Like, yeah, obviously compared to something like this, or even over here, like, yeah, this is pretty good. It kind of just, like, slopes upwards. Nothing fancy. Obviously, I'm not too good at terraforming, but I'm definitely happy with my skills. I think it's also going to look better. We'll eventually add a bunch of leaves and stuff here, as well as bone meal. We'll have the flowers, and also be grass and not dirt. So I think, yeah, we're making some pretty good headway here. Alright, although that is all looking pretty good, this mountain is definitely going to prove to be a different challenge. And I'm glad there's a little bit of mountain on this section, because it's given me good practice for when I have to do the big boy mountain, which will be that section. This section over here will definitely be the hardest. This section right here, I say, is the second hardest, just because it's, that side's actually, like, very well already kind of within the reach. Same with that side's pretty mild, so that side's kind of like the big brother of this little section. So I'm glad I'm doing this first, and we can actually kind of, get our feet wet a little bit, if that makes sense. With some mountain terraforming and trying to, like, kind of push back the mountain almost. So we'll give it a try. Hopefully it ends up looking good. Obviously, we can always come back. I'm sure we'll keep modifying things as we go. But let's give this a shot. I'm very nervous. Honestly, and I'm going to swoop out so you guys can see it a little bit more. Not bad. Not bad at all. Like, that's looking like, if we're just looking at this quarter of the base, like, that looks really good. And like, we don't have any of the leaves and foliage in yet. Like, it doesn't even look like the jungle. It's literally just grass, and it's not like a cliffside. It just looks amazing. The base is just looking super, super cool and complete. Even just when we're just looking at this side, of course, once we turn, like, it's like, oh, that's ugly, but this is looking great. I can't wait to add the leaves and bone meal and things in there. But I think we're going to have to do that at a different time. I'm not sure how long we've been recording this episode for. It's kind of a different episode, a little more laid back. We still got a lot done. I mean, what did? We worked on, okay, we built one of these funnels. I called it a funnel. We built one of these diamond type things up here. We built the towers. We did terraforming, worked on the skyscraper. It's been a jam-packed episode. And I think there's just one more thing I want to work on, and then we'll call it quits. And that is, of course, the tower design at the bottom where it meets the floor. We got to figure something. So I opted for something very, very simple, and I might add a little bit to it in the future, but for now, I basically just added these little iron bases at the bottom, and honestly, it works. It looks fine. I mean, it's like there. I'm not saying like, oh my god, the base looks 10 times better with them, but I think it still looks good. I think it definitely looks a little bit better than before. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for that, by the way, if you think there's a better way I can do the base, just let me know, because I definitely love to hear it. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to have to do it for this episode. I'm actually recording this. This clip is 6 days before this episode releases. I'm really going to push the next few weeks before I start school back up to get as much content ready, specifically easygoing survival episodes, because these definitely just take the longest. I got to AFK, I got to put in the hours to build versus redstone stuff. If I have a design in mind, I can usually whip up a tutorial fairly quickly, just since I don't have to actually grind anything out. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to get these, oh my god, easygoing survival episodes finished up for you guys relatively quick. But yeah, I'm kind of running backwards all over the place and getting attacked by phantoms, so yeah, I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. See you in episode 42.